Welcome my fellow Quest heads and VR nerds, this is Eyes on VR, where I take a look at every VR game I can get these grubby little mitts on, but I always prioritise VR shooters. I also take a look at real life accessories and gun stocks as well. What VR game are you looking most forward to in 2021? Let me know in the comments down below. So a new year has begun. That means there's a whole 365 days worth of new games coming our way, and I just wanted to take a brief look at some of the ones that I'm looking most forward to, some of the biggest ones coming to PCVR and the Oculus Quest platforms. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, it really helps out the channel, and don't forget to subscribe down below for more PCVR and Oculus Quest content. First up, we're going to start with Safezone VR. Now this is going to be free on all platforms, on PCVR through Steam VR and on SideQuest for the Oculus Quest platforms. This game has been 2 years in the making by one single developer. This is a great example of someone pursuing their own passion project in VR and showing the world what one person can really do. So this is a survival horror game, and you'll scavenge whatever you can from around the map while you try to escape what the developer calls a fallen safe zone. So basically just think of the checkpoints and safe zones from The Last of Us, and that's basically what you're going to get, but a hell of a lot more scary. As the developer puts it in the tagline for the game, it says escape, scavenge and survive, all while battling your own psychological welfare. So I would say expect jump scares and a very tense atmosphere the whole time, but it being free, it looks amazing. I would recommend anyone go and get this. Next is the infamous Sniper Elite VR. Now this will be available on all VR systems, PCVR and the Oculus Quest systems, but from this gameplay trailer they've released, this is definitely not Quest footage. If it looks like this on the Quest, feel free to come back to this comment section and roast the hell out of me for being wrong, but there is no way it's going to look like this on the Quest 1 or the Quest 2, I'm afraid. Now there's been various talk of when this is going to drop on all the VR systems. At first it was meant to be late 2020 in Q4, but obviously that's been and gone because this video is being made in the beginning of January 2021. So regardless of its mystery release date, I am looking forward to it. If you know the game series from the consoles, then you'll know that you're a sniper, a lone sniper that goes in behind enemy lines, and you basically have to kill a certain target using everything at your disposal. You can get into proper full-on gunfights, or you can try and do it as stealthily as possible, only killing your target. It's a real challenge, and the biggest feature they've always had is their X-ray kill cams, where you see the bullet go in, you see it go through the organs, the skeleton, absolutely everything, and some real fun can be had here, I'm not going to lie to you. But they've also introduced that in VR apparently. I'm not sure how that's going to work, but keep your eyes out for this one because it shouldn't be long released in 2021. Now we're looking at Unplugged VR. This is a really exciting game for all of you with the inner rock star or guitar hero. I'm afraid it will only be released on the Oculus Quest to start with. The developer hasn't stated porting it onto other VR headsets, but you never know what's going to happen. Now this is going to use the Oculus Quest's hand tracking feature, so you can play guitar using real chords, real strumming, picking, etc. Think of it like Beat Saber, but with a guitar, but you have to make the proper chords and strum along with the song. This is looking very, very promising, and if you were ever in a band when you were younger, like I was, I'm looking very much forward to this, regardless of the fact that I was the drums, not the guitar. Always wanted to have a crack at playing lead guitar, and anyone else who feels the same, I'll see you there. Now just a quick one, the first DLC for Star Wars Tales from the Galaxy's Edge on the Oculus Quest will be coming this year as well, along with some other DLCs. We don't really know much about the content of the DLCs right now, but it will be here in 2021, and as far as I know, there is more to come after as well. Next is After the Fall for PCVR and PlayStation VR. This game comes from the creators of Arizona Sunshine, so you know the co-op element of this is going to be very prominent and implemented really, really well. Now in terms of describing the game, think The Division when it comes to this. It'll be 4 players trying to survive in a big hostile VR world set 20 years after an apocalypse. There's a campaign, there's full multiplayer co-op gameplay, you'll be crafting weapons, you'll be wielding deadly powers, so says the description of the game, as you go head to head with deadly hordes. There's boss fights as well. It looks to be a survival game meets arcade games, but it does look like something really special here. If you ever played The Division or you love your 4-player co-op with a group of friends, this is definitely going to be a new contender for the top spot of that in VR. Now this next one is an Oculus Quest exclusive from the studio that brought you the very popular Boneworks on PCVR. The game is called Project 4. It's set in the Boneworks universe and is going to push the Quest systems to their max when it comes to physics. Boneworks on the PC was an absolute marvel of physics, and people on the Quest have always wanted to see a port of that or something similar, and they're finally going to get it in 2021, but it will be coming late in 2021. We are talking Q4. There's no footage for it right now either. That's how early in the stages it is and why it will be coming out so late. So expect more announcements, trailers and gameplay throughout the year leading up to its release. But I had to mention this as this is very exciting news for all Quest players. Next up, coming in from White Door Games on PCVR is Cosmosphobia. This is a roguelike horror game, so expect ammo to be very scarce, the environment to change up on you during new playthroughs. This is basically a objective-based exploration game as far as I can see from what the trailers show. Now I'd compare it to Alien Isolation. There's sci-fi elements here and you seem to be in a survival situation on some kind of abandoned space station or spaceship, so definitely watch out for this one because it's going to scare you. I get the feeling there's going to be a lot of good world building here as well, so if you like your sci-fi, your exploration, and with a bit of horror thrown in, this is exactly the game for you. Now here's an interesting one coming to the Oculus Quest in 2021, Baba Yaga. And I know what that conjures up images of, but I'm afraid it's nothing like playing as John Wick in VR. Baba Yaga has got one hell of a cast for their characters, I will say this. It looks like an indie production, but with a cast like Kate Winslet, Jennifer Hudson, Daisy Ridley as the cast, it's definitely not got an indie budget. This is even written and directed by Eric Darnell from the Madagascar and Ants films, which regardless of how fitting those movies are with this game, that's some very professional background, and this looks like it's going to be one hell of a high-grade VR experience. Now, this isn't specifically a game, it is classed as a VR experience, so it might just be more like an interactive movie rather than a full game, but we'll see what it's like when it's released later in the year. Now next up is Green Hell, coming to PCVR and the Oculus Quest systems. This is a survival game with some really innovative mechanics. When it comes to checking your body for injuries and healing yourself, the survival element is really pushed here. You're pitted against predators and disease, all while trying to survive in the Amazon jungle itself. This looks like it's going to be quite tough, and for people who like survival games, this is going to scratch that itch with force, for sure. Now next up, coming to the Oculus Quest in 2021 finally, is the massive PCVR hit Gorn. I'm sure I don't need to tell you what Gorn is, but just in case you don't know, it's basically an arena fighter game with just copious amounts of blood and violence. It really is on a whole nother level for that. It's a very visceral and brutal fighter of a game, but with the cell shading graphics and the humor thrown in, it's not as bad as you would think that it is. It's great fun. It's been a massive hit on PCVR for a reason, and I think it's just great to let some stress out, and believe me, these guys will feel the pain and you're gonna see it on their face as well. Lots to be done here, great physics on this game as well. It really is just one for going crazy and just having some fun, and if you like your gore, oh yeah, this is definitely for you. Now, I've just got some special mentions for games that I found while researching for what's coming out in 2021, but they have absolutely no release date, and we have no idea when they're coming out right now. First off is Lonn VR. This game has not even been announced what headsets it's going to be on, but there are trailers and footage out there of it working in VR, and I have to say from those trailers, it's quite clear it's definitely going to be on PCVR at the minimum. So basically, you're a former top-level bounty hunter who's escaped the life in this dystopian cyberpunk future that looks like it came right out of a Blade Runner film. This is a story-driven single-player campaign. You explore, fight, solve puzzles in a world with high-featuring physics system. This game seems to be learning from already successful titles in VR with its physics puzzles and telekinetic gloves, which is just the same as games like Boneworks and Half-Life Alyx. This certainly looks like one to watch. They've learned from other games that are out there already and put their own spin on it. And hey, the cyberpunk theme is always a good way to go. Now, of course, I couldn't make this without mentioning the fact that Ubisoft has made an announcement that they are working on Assassin's Creed and Splinter VR titles. There's a whole lot of absolutely nothing known about these right now, apart from the fact that someone stood there in a Ubisoft conference and said that that is what they're doing, and those are the VR titles they're working on. They sound super exciting because who doesn't want to pop in to be Sam Fisher or someone from Assassin's Creed in VR? I can't wait personally to play Splinter Cell myself. I'm not sure sure how well Assassin's Creed is going to go with motion sickness, but I suppose time will tell. Regardless, I'll be all over it anyway. Well, that's it for a big chunk of all the games coming to VR in 2021. I have to admit, there's some real winners in that list that I'm really looking forward to, and I think as we go along, bigger studios are starting to recognize VR as a legitimate gaming platform and see what it can do. From all the amazing developers on, say, SideQuest or releasing games for free on Steam VR, they're starting to see that if they dip their toes into, they can really bring great experiences as well. And I'm really looking forward to seeing a lot from that list. You know, I can't wait to do Splinter Cell. I can't wait to look at Cosmosphobia and scare myself crapless. And I think those big studios can really make some amazing games for us in the VR community. So I look forward to seeing not only what's already announced, but also what's gonna be announced in 2021 for us all. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like and don't forget to subscribe down below for more PCVR and Oculus Quest content. I will see you guys throughout 2021. Let's make this a great year for VR. Thanks for watching. I'm Rex, this is Eyes on VR, and I'll see you next time.